Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Students, now we are going to start the next chapter, which is chapter number 4, and that chapter is enzymes. So first of all, what are enzymes? So enzymes are biological catalyst. Here the definition is given. Enzymes are biological catalyst made up of protein. They alter the rate of chemical reactions without themselves being chemically changed at the end of the reaction. So what are enzymes? Enzymes, they are biological catalyst. First of all, the main thing is what is catalyst. So what are catalysts? Catalysts are different types of chemicals which we use in different reactions. For example, when you will go in the chemistry lab, you will use different chemicals which increase the rate of the reaction. For example, two reactants are, for example, A plus B, and they have to change into products, but for example they are taking too much time for completion of the reaction. So here we will add a catalyst. So in the presence of that catalyst, the reaction will complete quickly. It will convert into C plus D. So catalysts are basically used to increase the speed of the reaction. And when these catalysts, they are used in the body of living organism, so they are called biological catalyst, because biology is related to living organisms. So as we are living organisms and different reactions are taking place in our body, so such reactions are called such reactions which are taking place in our body, and they are speed up by the catalyst. So such catalysts which are working in our body are called biological catalyst. So enzymes are biological catalyst, and they are protein in nature. They are made up of protein. Okay, these biological catalysts, they speed up the rate of the reaction, but they themselves are not used in the reaction. Just their presence speed up the reaction. Okay, so different types of enzymes, they are present in our body. They are performing many reactions. For example, digestion. You already know, in the 7th class you read about digestion. That digestion is a process which is to convert large food material into the smaller form. So digestion in our body is done with the help of these enzymes. For example, if you take a boiled egg in a for example glass of water, you keep a boiled egg for 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, so nothing is going to happen with that egg. But what happens when we eat this egg? So it breaks down into small pieces and it absorbs in our small intestine. Then it gives us energy. So to get energy, it is compulsory to digest large food material into the smaller one. And how this process of digestion is occurring? This process is occurring in our body with the help of different enzymes. For example, when we start eating, food goes in our mouth first of all, and in our mouth first of all enzyme releases and they break down food. Then food goes into the stomach. Then in the stomach, first of all in the mouth region, then food from esophagus goes into the stomach. So in the stomach the process of digestion occurs. So in the mouth, digestion of carbohydrates. What are carbohydrates? For example, bread, for example, rice. So these main bulk of our food is carbohydrates. Then food goes into the stomach. In the stomach, for example, protein will digest. What is protein? Protein, for example, fish, chicken, egg, beef, mutton, whatever you are eating is protein. Okay, then food will go here into the first part of small intestine. So here and in the small intestine, the digestion of lipids, which is fat. Okay, the digestion of fatty material will do start here. So in this way, different food materials, they are broken down, and even when food reaches into the small intestine, it will completely digest. And you already know, in small intestine, finger like projections are present in the villi where digested food is absorbed. So conversion of large food material into the soluble and absorbable form is called digestion. And all these processes are done with the help of different enzymes. Okay, so enzymes, they are helping us in the digestion of food, and the purpose of digestion is to convert this purpose is to digestion is the process by which large insoluble food molecules are broken down into the small soluble and diffusible molecule. Soluble and diffusible mean which can absorb here into the small intestine. So they can absorb in the blood and they can pass through the process of respiration to release energy. So this all process will done by the process of digestion, and this digestion cannot take place without these enzymes. Okay. Enzymes, they are doing many types of reaction. For example, synthesis reaction. What is mean by synthesis reaction? Synthesis reaction is when two smaller things, they combine and they convert into a larger thing. Such type of reaction are called synthesis reaction. Synthesis in which new thing will be formed. For example, the basic unit of amino acid protein is amino acid. So the function of enzyme is to convert amino acids into proteins. Or you have seen about the photosynthesis. So glucose molecules are formed. So when glucose molecules combine together, they make large molecules or they make carbohydrates. So this process is done, and such processes are called synthesis process, and they will complete with the help of enzymes. Then second type of reaction which they are doing are breakdown reaction. Breakdown reaction, for example, here we have seen the example of digestion. So when large material is broken down into the smaller one, that is called breakdown reactions. So these reactions will complete with the help of enzymes. Then some more reactions are taking place in the body. For example, different types of chemicals are formed as a result of different reactions. For example, hydrogen peroxide. It is a very poisonous substance. So it is harmful for the cells. So what happens in our body, in our cells, in our liver? So enzyme releases which is called catalase. It quickly converts hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen, which are harmless substances. So enzymes, they are doing many reactions in our bodies, and they are completing many reactions in our body. These enzymes, they are formed, they are secreted in our body when they are needed. For example, when food will go into our mouth, into the buccal cavity, and it will having carbohydrates, then enzyme will secreted here in the mouth area, which is amylase. In the same way, when food will go into the stomach, in the stomach just the digestion of protein take place. If protein is present in our food, then enzyme pepsin will produce in our stomach to digest that protein. Okay, so enzyme will form or they will secrete in our body when they are required, and after performing their role, they will finish, they will destroy, they will stop their working. Okay, so in this way enzymes are performing different function. Okay, now we are here on the classification of enzymes. So same thing which I have told you, again they have telling us here that enzyme, they catalyze, they perform different types of reactions. For example, hydrolysis reaction. So these hydrolysis reaction or hydrolytic reactions are: hydro mean water, lysis mean splitting or breakdown. The reactions in which water is used to break down large material into the smaller one. For example, the digestion. For example, here we have studied that in the stomach, in the buccal cavity area, carbohydrates, their breakdown starts. So carbohydrates, remember one thing, whenever we are using enzyme, suffix is used for enzyme, that is ase. So different types of enzyme, they are called carbohydrases. Ase is showing that one is an enzyme. So carbohydrases, they break down carbohydrates, and amylases, they will break down the carbohydrates which are present in the mouth area, then also in the small intestine area. In the same way, you already know cellulose is present in the cell wall. So when we are eating plants, so what happen? Cellulase enzymes are present which break down cellulose into cellulase. Break down cellulose. In the same way, lipases are the enzymes which break down lipids. Okay, enzymes, they are also doing different types of reactions. For example, oxidation reaction are the respiration reaction in which they are releasing energy in our body. So in this way, these different reactions are done by enzymes. And inshallah, in the next lecture, we'll do study about the characteristics of enzyme. Okay, bete, do read these pages. If there is any problem, you can ask. Okay, thank you. Allah Hafiz.